Good morning, everyone. Bow our heads for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask you to watch over this board and give us the grace to make the best decisions we can. Bless this county and everything and everyone in it. God, protect our first responders. And thank you for it all. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Stephanie, please.
Yes. Commissioner Harville?
Here.
Commissioner Pitts?
Here.
Commissioner Miller?
Here.
Commissioner Bierstadt? And Commissioner Gould?
Having a quorum, I'll call the meeting to order. First item, we have minutes from our regular meeting held on May 23rd. Everybody had a chance to look at those. Any additions or deletions?
No, I make a motion to approve.
I second that.
Commissioner Harville?
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt? Commissioner Gould?
We also have executive session minutes from May 23rd. Had a chance to look those over. I'll make a motion, we approve them and keep them closed.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville?
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt? And Commissioner Gould?
Committee reports. Oh, I'm sorry, public comments. Jeff? Okay. Now, public committee reports.
That's, Southern Five Planning, didn't have a meeting this month, but they will resume next month. It'll be July 8th, which is the second Tuesday of July, 5:30 in the evening in Owen. And, again, everybody's invited to come.
Very good.
Animal control, we're doing pretty well out there. A little muddy, but, still appreciate the donations, monetary, dog food, kibble, bits, and what have you. And, just a reminder to the public, please get your pets spayed or neutered, so that will save the county a lot of tax money. Just do something that simple. Other than that,
Don't forget the open house.
yeah, open house the week of Saturday on 21st from noon to 3.
That's open to everybody in the public.
Everybody.
Anything else?
No.
All right, building permits. None.
Actually have one, but I haven't looked at it yet, so it's on the next meeting.
Old business ordinance amending Article 1 of Chapter 18 of Union County Code of Ordinances regarding food and sanitation. We're still not ready to move on that, are we, Council?
No, Judge, sorry.
Pardon?
I'm doing three things at once. So
Okay.
it has made it to the top of my stack of things, so
Okay.
I have been looking through it, but no, I spent most of my time on the solar ordinance, and then I started on the wind ordinance, but I've moved back to sanitation now, so
Okay.
we'll need some more time on that.
All right, we'll table it. New business, approve payment of the bills. Everybody had a chance to look at the bill list. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to pay our bills.
I second that.
Commissioner Harville?
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt? And Commissioner Gould?
Next item, approval of Union Springs Road Bridge bid. Amy, you wanna
We had three
say anything
bidders.
about this?
Yeah, we had our bid opening, we had three bidders, was Dee's and, it was, Sea Hill Civil Contractors and Samurai Midwest bid. and our lowest bid was B's, with 258,000 and some change. We have 202,000 unobligated balance in our township bridge program fund right now. But if you'll recall, a few meetings ago, we passed a resolution allowing us to borrow from our federal aid match account and our insurance account to pay that until we get our next TBP allotment in August. So I'm not even sure that we're gonna need to borrow from it. We do still have money in our TBP account that we had obligated for like engineering for other bridges and stuff that we haven't paid out. So we've got like, I think about $70,000 in there right now. So if depending on how the construction occurs and how the bills come in, we may not need to borrow from those at all. But we've got that resolution passed that kind of covers us just in case we need to. But we get another allotment of about $300,000 in August. And since the bids came in so good, we only need to spend an extra like $57,000 or something, $56,000 out of our this year's TBP allotment. So that'll leave another $250,000 in our TBP allotment from this year. So we should be able to do another bridge and maybe even 2 next year. Depending on how the bids come in, we could possibly squeeze 2 bridges in next year. But another thing that I did was, the state of Illinois has this $400 million grant opportunity. They pushed out this funding opportunity for local governments to apply for shovel-ready projects or projects that can be ready to be built in the next 2 years. And so all of the bridges and all of the roads and stuff that we had currently in design that I thought would be ready to go within a year or 2, I applied for that funding for. So if we get lucky enough to get some of that, then we won't use our PDP money for those projects, and it'll just build up, and then we can get some new bridge projects in the queue for that money.
When will you hear from the grant thing?
They were due on June 1st. We had to have all of them submitted by June 1st, and I think IDOT's wanting to get those awarded pretty quickly. So I'm expecting sometime, maybe by July sometime, we will know if we got it or not.
Well, if we do,
Be good.
when do you estimate they'll start this project?
It'll take a little while for them to, they have to order the bridge beams, and, we have to wait on fabrication of bridge beams, the deck beams. I would say that'll take at least a month. So I wouldn't expect for them to start anything for at least a month. And depending on how the company that makes those beams is how their schedule is right now and how many other projects they've got going, it could take as long as 2 months. So, June, it's probably gonna start sometime in July or August. So, if it starts in August, then we'll have that PDP money before we need to make a payment anyway, so.
And this is one of the longer bridges, right? Is that why you
No, it's a
bid it
single.
out? It's not like one of the small little wooden bridges.
No, yeah, it's currently a wooden bridge,
Okay.
but, it's being replaced with a single span concrete decking bridge. So, it's a smaller bridge in respect to the other bridges that we have. We have some 3-span bridges and.
But it's bigger than what the highway department does their stuff.
Yeah, we
That's
don't want to do that.
Okay. I make a motion, we approve the Union Springs Road Bridge bid as presented by the highway engineer to the low bidder.
I'll second that.
Which is D's for your notes.
These incorporated.
And we've submitted the contract to them to sign. And as soon as they get it signed and sent back, then I'll bring it in and we can execute it on our end and have Stephanie sign it and seal it and stuff.
Okay.
And then it'll go to IDOT for approval.
Very good. Anything else you wanna tell us about or talk about or anything while you're at the floor?
No.
Getting a lot of compliments on the new trucks.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, we ordered some,
Amazing how many people notice that. You know, I had one guy text me the other day, he said, those are really classy.
yeah, we ordered some decals for the side, to match, they're actually gonna match the sign that we ordered for the front of the building, that has the highway at the bottom with the kind of the
It
road.
looks really
in it.
nice.
And so they finally got them delivered to us, and we got them the other day and opened them up, and they were the old, they didn't do them like we asked them, they were the old Union County Highway.
Okay.
So I called the guy, and he's gonna do them over again, so we gotta wait for him to come in, but we should have them in a couple of weeks, and then they'll be all decaled up with our Union County Highway logo.
Okay. Very good.
Can you give us an update how the mowing is doing on the highway right of ways? Is it about on schedule because of the rain or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a little behind because we've had such a wet spring. You know, it's probably a little behind, but they are mowing. Uh-huh.
They're looking good where you get it. so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this rain's been something else.
Yeah.
It has.
Okay. Next.
We need
item.
to go ahead and get the
Yeah.
motions.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt, and Commissioner Gould. Thank you.
Item C, addendum to employment agreement, addendum for county engineer dated March 21st, 2025. You wanna,
Basically, it's an addendum to our county engineer's contract because, the state of Illinois puts out, what they would call the minimums that you have to pay your, county engineer in order to get the 50% reimbursement for, her salary. So they put out one last month? Is that what it was? They put out one last month and they hadn't put out one for a couple of years. Was that what it was? Because I had not seen one,
They
so.
normally come out in October, and this last October, they didn't issue one because there was a big discussion going on about how much the increase was gonna be this year, because for the last, I don't know how many years, several years, they would only increase the minimum county engineer salary by 2%. And so there was, some going back and forth over, catching that minimum salary up. So they didn't issue it in October like they were supposed to, and the 2025 minimum, list just came out last month.
So this is basically to change her contract. And then instead of putting, if you know, in her original contract, it has like every December 15th, what her salary would change to. But since they put these out, instead of updating it every year, we just put what this year's is. And then it says all future raises will be set annually by the majority of the county board, but at no time shall be less than 100% of the minimum salary as determined by IDOT. So then that way for future raises, we don't have to come back and amend our contract.
very good. Any questions? I make a motion, we approve the addendum to employment agreement addendum for county engineer dated March 21st, 2025 as presented.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt, Commissioner Gould.
That's it, short and sweet. We do need to go into executive session for a little bit, for pending litigation. So we'll take a quick break. I can do that.
All right.